What responsibility am I taking on as somebody who you're coming to get a workout from? And what am I standing for that I bring to the table? It's not just training the physical body, it's training the human. The ability to be aware of your emotions, not try to stuff them, not try to push them, but to notice them and to remember that all emotions are serving a purpose. So we want to get used to turning inside, tuning in to what emotion that we're feeling, investigate it, and then decide what we'll do, how we will react to a situation versus just responding in our normal ways. Does that make sense? So today what we're focusing on, there's the first 4 lines are, I am tuned in. So that's just the practice of self-awareness. That's the number 1 skill of emotional intelligence, being able to be aware of what you're doing, how you're doing it. I am turned on. Turned on for me means a lot of things, but that we are able to turn ourselves into that which we want to be. We can respond in a conscious and intelligent way that we're not just like screaming or yelling at somebody and then regretting what we're doing. So I was talking to my wife last night, and we were talking about a situation that happened with our kids, that their school called and said they could no longer bring this milk that they like to school. And one of our things at home is that they're 3 years old and they shouldn't be drinking the bottle at the middle of the day anymore, right? So this is something that we haven't been able to really take away from them yet. We haven't really applied a real emphasis on doing. So we've been doing this, and they said, well, now you can't bring this milk because we're a nut-free environment. And so when we got that call, Kellen and I both responded in different ways. I said, oh man, that's good. Now, those girls are going to have to give up the bottle, right? They're going to have to give up the bottle. It'll give us that kickstart that we need to find something else and to really apply ourselves to helping them through this transition. Well, Kellen had a different response. So Kellen called and said, okay, well, she got the phone call and she said, okay, but this is going to be difficult for us. This is going to be a problem. And so she hung up the phone. And they called her back. They said, okay, never mind. You can bring the milk, and we're going to put it in this container, and we're going to store it in this other way. And I thought, and this is very typical of us. So we had this discussion last night because I wanted to kind of probe into that. So I said, did you feel good that you got that? And she said, yeah. And I said, but why did you feel good? And she said, because I was standing for what was important to me, my voice. I was using my voice, and I feel good when I do that. And I said, it's so funny because I had the opposite reaction. What I tend to do when something doesn't go my way is I try to turn inside and be okay with the situation, right? She tries to work her magic and have the situation turn around. Which one's better? Be careful what you say. Let me tell you which one's better. Neither one. So emotional intelligence is recognizing that and say, my reaction is not always good for every situation.